Welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 22. I'm not going to say this is with the Cincinnati Reds because we're not actually going to play anything in this one. We are going to do a review of the world that we are in through 13 seasons and hopefully give you guys a couple of more days here to determine or tell me what you think I should do going forward. I had one viewer say I should go to the Kansas City Royals, who were the worst team in the league last season. I didn't want to go to the off-season center. I wanted to go to standings at 46 and 116. I had another person say stay with the Reds, but he also said an early 2000s sim might not be bad. So I'm going to give it another couple days. So guys, in the comment section, just tell me what you think I should do. Should I stick with the Reds? Should I go to the Royals? Should I start a historic sim? Let me know what you want me to do. I would also ask that you drop the video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. I don't normally ask for that stuff, but I've been stuck at the same subscriber number for about 3 weeks now, so I'm hoping to get that number closer to 300 here. I'm sitting at about 280 something right now, so if you haven't already subscribed, please do. If you have already subscribed, I appreciate it. If you don't want to subscribe and you just want to watch the video, I appreciate that too. Just to, like I said, I don't normally ask for that stuff, but I figured I would throw it out there before this video. So yeah, we're gonna take a look back. We're gonna take a look back at where we started with Detroit. We're gonna look at some of the players who played for us, see how they ended up. We're gonna look at some of the more popular players, I guess, from the sim and kind of see how they went, see if we had any, outstanding performances or if we had anybody flame out or anything like that. So first things first, let's go to Detroit since this is where it all started. Let me come to Detroit, go to team history. So we started in 2021. 2021. They had gone 23 and 35 in the COVID season. We went 59 and 103 in our first season, 77 and 85 in our second, and that's when the success started. 7 straight division titles for Detroit before we finally won it all in 2029. We left and they immediately went 84, 85, 91, and then this year they cratered 77 and 85. So let's go back and take a look at that very first Detroit Tigers team that we had. So let's just sort by WAR. Wilson Ramos was our best player. That's right. I think we tried to trade him and nobody wanted him. Ended up hitting 391. This was a bad team, man. We brought in Ali Sanchez. Zach Lothar we got from Baltimore at the time. Zach Pop we got from Baltimore. Yeah, we made some changes to our bullpen in the first season. We picked up Matt Foster, Amir Garrett, who we ended up trading, or I think just releasing. Offensively, we didn't have much. It was not a very good team offensively. You can see all these negative WAR batters. And we got super lucky that Miggy retired after the first season, which freed up $30 million or whatever it was at the time. He retired after 2021, put up -1 win. Ended up with 506 home runs, 2,970 hits. So once he retired, that was huge for us. From a pitching perspective, Tariq Skubal, Casey Mize, a couple of players who are involved with the team, in the growing seasons, but weren't there when we finally won it all. Tariq Skubal, we traded to Baltimore in 2026. You can see he had a couple of decent seasons for us in 2023, 2024. He was pretty good. This was his best season, 2024. 12 and 11, 4.6 WAR, 223 strikeouts. We traded him to Baltimore along with Nate Klaus, Spencer Bauer, Matt Manning, and Eric Rodriguez in exchange for Grayson Rodriguez, which was a deal that really helped us out. We had Rodriguez for a couple of years. You can see he went 26 and 6. He went 33 and 9 with us. Yeah, 33 and 9 with a 3.92 ERA. He's gone on to Milwaukee, where he's had some success, so that was a good deal for us. And then Casey Mize, we traded to Cincinnati, actually. If you remember correctly, where is he? Right there. Traded him to Cincinnati in 2027. We had signed him to a pretty big contract, and he wasn't living up to it. You can see, I mean, he was between 2 and 3 wins, so he was okay. But we traded him to Cincinnati. I believe that was for Jackson Jobe, right? Yeah, we traded him with Walker, Jordan Walker, who we had just signed, Josh Curtis, who's still with our Reds, Eric Brown, for Jackson Jobe, and Henry Gargis. And Jackson Jobe did okay for Detroit for a couple years. He had a 15-win season there in 2028. The 2029 season was our World Series championship year, finished 1.7 WAR. So we had a good year in 2028. But more importantly, we got Mize's contract off the books. So that was the first year. Our first successful season was 2023. We went 92-70. This was this a couple years? This was Buxton's second year with us, right? Yeah. We had traded for Byron Buxton after the 2021 season. He had won the MVP actually in 2021, and we traded for him in 2022, and he was really good for us for 3 years. I guess 2022 he was just okay, but 2023 and 2024 he was fantastic. Almost 9.5 WAR, and we had to just let him go. He was asking for too much money, but really, really solid performance for us for a couple of seasons. Parker Meadows came up and started to perform. At that point, I guess that was that would have been his first full season. Hit 263, put up almost 4 WAR, and was pretty good for 3 seasons. Had a down season in 2026. Did we trade him I think we traded him to the Red Sox. Yeah, we traded him for Gilberto Jimenez and Jeter Downs, neither of which really worked out for us. Jimenez has turned into a decent player. But yeah, neither of them really worked out for us. But that was Parker Meadows. Christian Arroyo we also got from the Red Sox, and he was quite good for us for a couple of seasons. Hit 300 almost each year, drove in 110 runs in his final season. We traded him to Seattle. I believe that was the Emerson Hancock deal, right? Yeah. Logan Clayton for Emerson Hancock, who came on and was quite good for us for 3 years, 2026, 2027, 2028. Won the ERA title in 2027, was durable, 33, 34, 34 starts, over 190 innings pitched every year. So we got some good value out of him for Arroyo. Who else do we want to take a look at? Torkelson. Spencer is still going strong. He's one of the big names from our franchise. We kept him through 2026. His contract demands were just too much. But he's 34 years old now. 439 career home runs, just under 1,700 hits. You figure he's probably good for 2,000 hits and 500 home runs. I don't know if that's Hall of Fame worthy at this point, but you assume he's going to get close to that 500 and 2,000 hit mark. So really, really good season for Torque. Has never hit less than 28 home runs in a year. It was his rookie campaign. He's driven in over 108 times. So very good career for the former Detroit Tiger Spencer Torkelson. Carson Kelly we picked up as almost an afterthought. Arizona was just giving him away. We got him for Renato Nunez and Jake Rogers, and he was really, really good for us for 3 straight seasons. I mean, put up between 2 and 3 WAR for 2.5 years for us. Played really good defensively. You can see he was above average with the bat 2 out of the 3 years. The third year slightly below average. He was really good for us. Part of a catching tandem we had, I believe, towards the end of things with us. Yeah, it was Ali Sanchez, Carson Kelly, and then we moved on from Sanchez, and it was somebody else. I don't remember at that point. Austin Riley was another good pickup for us. We got him in with Drew Waters. We had signed Carlos Correa in 2022, so our second full season. We traded him to Atlanta midway through the year. And we got Drew Waters and Austin Riley. And we didn't really give up anything of notice. It looks like everybody in that deal has since retired except for Correa. Waters is still going and Riley is still going. He was okay for a couple of seasons for us. Gave us some power before we moved for, he played one full season with us at 26 home runs. Traded him to the Cubs. Who did we trade him to the Cubs for? We traded him to the Mets for Pete Fairbanks. Thought we traded him to the Cubs. We did. So what does that say? The Mets. Anyway, Austin Riley was another solid pickup for us. Pitching-wise, we started to turn the corner. Cleonel Perez, who we got from the Reds, was really good for us as well. We got him with Michael Ciani, who we had as a backup outfielder, and we traded Roberto Ramos, who wasn't very good, Cantorino, who wasn't very good, and then Max Shore. So another good deal there. Perez still pitches, or is he back with Detroit? He's back with Detroit. No, he retired. Okay, so that just shows the logo that he's most associated with. But you can see 5 good seasons out of the bullpen for Cleonel Perez for us. He was a huge member of that bullpen. We brought in James Paxton for a year or two. Nothing really standing out here from a pitching perspective. It was kind of, all hands on deck, if you will. So our first 100-win season was 2024. This is our second division title. Offensively, here's the man right here, Yu-Yi Liu. We signed him after the 2023 season. 2024 was his first year, and he was immediately a monster. You can see he won the MVP in 2028. He won the Rookie of the Year in 2024. He's a 9-time All-Star, 5-time Platinum Stick Award winner, won a couple of division MVPs. He is a future Hall of Famer. 34 years old, 331 home runs, 1,600 hits, but 153 OPS plus, over a 400 career on-base percentage, played for us for 5 years. We traded him to the Red Sox in 2029, which is our World Series championship year, so I can't be too upset about it. He played for the Sox for a couple of years and then went to the Dodgers. We traded him for pitching, if I remember correctly. We traded him and Andy Taylor, who was a decent bullpen arm at the time, for Carson Hamro, who's still pitching for Detroit. He's doing okay. I mean, he's in his 5 seasons now with Detroit. He's 55 and 45. So probably not the value that we would have wanted long term, but it gave us a really solid starter in our bullpen, or in our rotation. That year we won the title. I mean, 3.8 WAR, obviously not compared to lose 8 WAR or whatever it was, but it gave us what we were missing, which was an ace. And we ended up winning the World Series that year. So I can't really complain. He's gone on to have just a fantastic career, still going strong. Ratings are starting to dip a little bit here, but that home run power is still up. The eye and discipline is still there, so there's no reason he still can't be a 400 on base guy with 30 home runs or whatever. So Meadows, Arroyo, Buxton all played well. Jung-Hoo Lee was, I think, okay with us for a couple of years. Yeah, I mean, between 2 and 3 WAR, but he got hurt a lot, and we were paying a lot of money, so we ended up. Did we trade him to the Red Sox too? We did, for Dougie, Alex Verdugo, and Archie Bradley. So Verdugo was good for us was very good for us for a couple of years before we traded him, but that allowed us to get cheaper and healthier, frankly. Pitching-wise, we brought in the occasional veteran. You can see we got Luis Castillo from Cincinnati. We brought in Chris Archer. He was okay from the trade deadline. Adrian Hauser. Yeah. And then I guess from here we'll just look at this was our best team record-wise, 108 wins. So we'll look at this team and then we'll go to the World Series team. So you see there's Lou, Alex Verdugo, 5.6 WAR. Keston Hiura We brought in for, was it just a year did he play for us? He's still going, huh? Yeah, Hira just played one season for us. Put up 4.9 WAR. It was really, really good. This was the year after Torkelson, right? Yeah, this was the year after we traded Torkelson, or after we let Torkelson go, and we needed some offense, and we got that from Keston Hira. It was also the arrival of Elijah Green and Marcelo Meyer, or at least their arrival on the big stage, if you will. Green is rookie season, 3.5 WAR, 22 home runs, and went on to have a really good career with the Dodgers. He's now with the Mets, where he is still a 4 or 5 win player. He's already 30 years old. And Marcelo Meyer had a very up and down career with the Tigers. He's still there because he's got a huge contract for another, I think it's this year and next year. Yeah. He was our very first draft pick, and he turned out okay. 17 WAR. Of course, he's lost about half a WAR over the last 3 seasons, but you can see he was between 2 and 4.5 WAR every year with us. He was never very good defensively, and that was his issue. He could hit. Absolutely could hit, but he could never really field. Now the Tigers are on the hook for a bunch of money because of a contract I signed him to. Pitching-wise, Mike Nicorak. We got him from Colorado for 1 season, and then we lost him because there was they changed the arbitration ruling, so we thought we were going to have him for 2 years. We only had him for 1. He was quite good for us in that 1 season, but then he went right back to Colorado in 2028, where he finished his career. Mick Abel, I think we got him from Seattle. I got him from Philadelphia. And he was a swingman for us. He was okay. Ken Giles was dominant for, I think, 2 or 3 years with us, right? Where is he? Right here. Yeah, 2025, 2026, 2027, he was outstanding. 4 wins in 2025 as a closer. 1.4 and then 2 at 40 saves in 2027. This 2025 year, we had him as a stopper, and he was just unbelievable. We got some good mileage out of Ken Giles. I believe it was like an $8 million a year contract, or maybe it was even less than that. Maybe it was even $4 million a year. I don't remember. But that was our best record, and our World Series champion Detroit Tigers in 2029 right here. Julio Rodriguez, we brought in as a free agent signing, and its first 2 years were just unbelievable. We signed him in 2028. 2029, he won the MVP. 8.1 WAR, 51 home runs, 126 RBIs. He was everything. We with 205 hits. He was unbelievable. Helio Ramos we brought in as a free agent, and he was lights out defensively. Didn't really hit all that well, but I guess he hit okay. 274 with 21 home runs. He was slightly below average in our championship year, but still put up almost 4 WAR because of his defense. Our outfield defense was just unbelievable that year with Ramos, Rodriguez, and Green. Cam Collier got the start as a rookie. He's still going strong for the Tigers at age 28. 19 home runs, 86 knocked in as a rookie, 3.5 WAR because he played really good defense. Our defense this year, with the exception of Marcelo Meyer, was just unreal. John Todd at second base for us that year. I believe he was a rookie that year, right? Yeah, he was a rookie. 307, 2.5 WAR. He was quite good. Chris Miller was a high-contact first baseman. Was okay. Never really developed, but 321. He's hit over 300 4 of his 5 years. So he's a good contact first baseman. Gomez became our starting catcher, and he was fantastic defensively. So yeah, we went heavy on the defense this year, and it really, really paid off. We had a couple of hitters that were just lights out, but ultimately it was our defense. You look at our offense, it's not that good, with the exception of Rodriguez, but we really got carried defensively. Pitching, Carson Hamro, we talked about. Victor Munoz, we signed as a free agent, and he's been good. We signed him in 2029. He led the league in wins, had 208 strikeouts and 180 innings. 2030 was actually better for him the year after we left. He put up 6 wins. He's been good. He's been good. 60 and 47, good for 19 WAR. Still going strong at age 32. When does his contract expire? This year, actually. So he'll be a free agent. Traven Balog is still with Detroit as well. He was a draft pick of ours. 2025 draft pick. Good season as a 25-year-old. 156 innings. He's never really lived up to his billing. 13 WAR in 6 years, so not great, but, he's okay. How many first-round picks don't even make the majors? That's the way you got to look at it. Charles Hayden Jones is with the Giants now. On a nothing contract. Wow. Pitched 5 seasons for us before being let go. 2029, he was 16 and 5. Only put up 1.7 WAR, gave up a bunch of hits, bunch of runs, but 16 and 5. Our bullpen here was really, really good. John Takelet, who is now with the Reds, I believe was in his first or second. He was in his second full season. Was quite good. Was quite good with Detroit. Now with Cincinnati. So Luis Zarate, did he ever make it as a starter? Okay, so they're starting him, even though his changeup developed a little bit, which, it was like a 1 when we made him a bullpen arm. You can see he was a bullpen arm in 2023, 2030, or 2029, 2030, 2021. They finally made him a starter, and he's been okay. That third pitch finally developing here a little bit. So that is kind of the history of the Detroit Tigers. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the big names. We'll look at some of the more successful teams and see how they've done. So I'll be back in a second. All right, let's take a look at some of the big names and see how they did. And then we'll just kind of mess around for a little bit and we'll call it an episode. So let's start with Cody Bellinger. He always plays like a beast in this. He's with the Angels now. When did he sign with the Angels? When did he sign with the Angels? Right here. In 2032, he signed a 2-year, $48 million contract with the Angels. He is a 5-time MVP, Rookie of the Year, 1 Gold Glove, a crap ton of All-Star games and Platinum Sticks and Champions. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. 97.6 WAR, 38 years old, still going really strong. He could easily be making a run at 800 home runs. Probably going to come up short of 3,000 hits, but 647. He was hurt last year. If he comes back healthy and he hits 30 home runs for another couple of seasons, I mean, he could approach 755 if he can play for another 3 years at this rate. Yeah, we'll see if he can stay healthy. Cody Bellinger, a monster. Let's look at Juan Soto. He's another one. Now with the Colorado Rockies, he's 35. So he went from Washington to Milwaukee to the Cubs to the Rockies. So it's quite a path he's taken there. So he signed a 3-year contract with Milwaukee worth an 8-year contract worth $248 million. So he must have had an opt-out after 3 years. Yeah, exercised his opt-out, then signed a 7-year deal with the Cubs worth $207 million. Looks like he had an opt-out there. Did he opt out of that as well? He did. Then he signed a 4-year, $114 million contract with the Rockies, and he's currently there right now. 1 MVP, 10-time Platinum Stick Award winner, 11-time All-Star, 517 home runs, 2,300 hits, 97 WAR, another first ballot Hall of Famer, Juan Soto at age 35. If he can stay healthy, 600 home runs, 300 hits, 3,000 hits are in the cards, but he's fragile, so not entirely sure, but we'll see. Mike Trout, He retired. Retired after the 2028 season. Wow. Okay. So he's been retired for a while now. He's Hall of Fame. I think he's going to be on the Hall of Fame ballot this year, right? If he retired in 2028. So he ended up 530 home runs, 2,400 hits, 94 wins. Played his entire career with the Angels. As expected, it looks like he stayed pretty healthy. Yeah, he stayed pretty healthy with the exception of 2022. He missed half the season, but I mean, that's a good health record for Trout, who seems to get hurt a lot in this, but 94 wins, or 94 WAR. Anybody else I want to look at? Let's look at Vlad. That's Vlad, not Vlad Jr. Where is Vlad Jr.? Right, that's the old Vlad, yeah. Let's do Vladimir. Let's do it like this. There he is. Oh, he retired. Wow. Okay. Retired after last season. Had an okay career, but just okay. 370 home runs, came up short of 2,000 hits. Yeah, things really fell apart for him after this injury here in 2023. Was never more than a 3.5 win player after that. So he was okay. He was okay. Let's look at the league history, career records. All right, any records been broken here? Matt Olson now holds the all-time record for strikeouts in a career with 3,066. He's the only player in big league history with more than 3,000 strikeouts in his career. Oh, Bryce Harper. Let's look at Bryce. Bryce retired after 2031. He played out that entire contract with Philadelphia and was worth really every penny. I mean, he put up 52 WAR in 10 seasons with Philadelphia, 12 seasons with Philadelphia, ended up almost 600 home runs, 2,500 hits. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer as well. All right. Anybody on the hits list that either just retired or is still playing? Mookie is still going strong. Mookie at age 41. Mookie, wow, he's played 14 seasons with the Dodgers now, over 100 WAR. Only one MVP all the way back in 2018, but a bunch of Gold Gloves, a bunch of All-Star games, a bunch of Platinum Six. Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer for sure. 537 home runs, 3,200 hits for Mookie already, and also has 350 steals. So he's stolen quite a few bases over the years. Hit 300 last year as a 40-year-old. Good for Mookie. So where is he on that list? Let's see. Mookie is 15th all time. So if his ratings don't plummet this year, you assume he's going to pass Nap Lajoie, Eddie Murray, Albert Pujols, Willie Mays. That puts him at what? 79. If he gets 80 hits this year, he passes Willie Mays. If he can get 112 hits this year, he moves into the top 10. So, maybe we sim ahead a couple seasons and see how it goes. Or if you guys want me to keep going with the Reds, then we see how it goes. But Mookie could be in the top 10 in hits by the time his career is over. Let's look at home runs. I don't think there are going to be any pitching changes, but we'll look. So Bond's still 762. Aaron, Ruth, Rodriguez. Cody Bellinger is 7th. So again, assuming he doesn't, is still a 5-star player. So you have to assume that his ratings, even if they drop some, he's still going to have some home run power next season. So he could potentially, if he stays healthy and he puts up 30 home runs this year and 30 home runs next, that's 60 added onto this. That puts him right behind Babe Ruth at 707. So he's got a shot at Babe. I don't think he's going to reach Aaron or Bonds. He would need to play till he's, 42, 43 years old. I guess he could, but he could end up right behind Ruth. Arenado finishes 16th all-time in home runs. 565 home runs. Wow. Nolan Arenado. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. One of the greatest defensive third basemen in our era. Never won an MVP, but won that's 3, 6, 7. Won 17 gold gloves. 17 gold gloves for Nolan Arenado. But yeah, he is a Hall of Famer for sure. Nolan Arenado with a monster career for a handful of teams. Anybody else? Stanton finishes with 558. Mookie's 22nd. I mean, Mookie's making a push for one of the greatest players of all time with this season, with this career that he's had. More home runs than Mike Trout. Juan Soto, Matt Olson is still going at 39. Soto at 35. I mean, with those ratings, if he stays healthy, I mean, he could easily be a 650 guy. Anybody still young? No, Gleyber Torres is up there. He's 35, 36. Anthony Rendon playing at age 43. Still going pretty strong at 24 home runs at age 42. He's still trucking along. I don't know that he's a Hall of Famer, but having a really good career. 450 home runs from Anthony Rendon. All right, let's take a look at pitching. I don't think we're going to have anybody on. We may have some pitchers on the strikeout list, but I don't think we'll have anybody on wins or innings pitched or anything like that. Is there a pitcher close to 300, or has a pitcher won 300 since we started this playthrough? Nope. Anybody even close? Right now, Sabathia is the closest. Oh, there we go. Clayton Kershaw finished with 248, so he is the closest thing to 300 that we've had in a long time. He's a sure thing Hall of Famer as well. Won 20 games a couple of times. Ended up pitching a long time for the Dodgers. 2 seasons for Washington, 1 for Houston, and then his age 40 season with San Francisco, which was actually really good. 1.5 WAR in 9 starts for the Giants at age 40. So Clayton Kershaw will be a Hall of Famer for sure. Anybody else here? Zach Greinke ended up with 236 wins, retired after 2022. Verlander. That's about it. I wish there was a way. Is there a way to look at? I don't think there's a way to. What's open? Oh, okay. It just switches between the. I wish there was a way to just look. Is there a way to just look at active? I don't think there is. It would be cool if we could look at active. That would be neat. Like the active, winning his pitchers and home run hitters and that sort of thing. All right, so there's wins. Let's get back to the reports page. And I'm going to end this here in just a minute. But yeah, you guys, let me know what you want me to do. Do you want me to continue on with the Reds? Do you want me to take over the Kansas City Royals? Or do you want me to start maybe a historical style playthrough? I'm leaning towards taking over Kansas City, just because I like the rebuild. If I was going to do a historical sim, I would do probably, the suggestion was early 2000, so I'd probably just take over the early 2000 Red Sox. Those early 2000 teams that were headlined by Nomar and Pedro make me happy. So that may be something I do, maybe take over in like 2001 or something like that. Let's see, saves. Kimbrel retired 9th on the all-time saves list. Anybody still going? Ken Giles is 23rd, but his career is almost over. He's 43 and still going, though. 84 control for Ken Giles. Sim. All right. I don't think there's anything else I want to look at from pitchers because most of this stuff isn't going to change. I do. Let's look at one other thing. I want to look at Detroit Tigers team history to see if we have any of our players on this list. So John Todd is 4th all-time for the Tigers in hitting. Lou is 4th all-time and on base. None in the top 10, though. Slugging, Lou is 3rd. Torkelson is 7th. Chris Miller is 9th. Again, nobody in the top 10. OPS, Lou is 2nd. Julio Rodriguez is 6th. There's Rodriguez, 8th. That was his monster 2029 campaign. Career WAR? Nope, nobody in the top 10 in career WAR. Look at these seasons by Cobb. It's just ridiculous. Games? Nope, nobody in games. Nobody in at-bats. Nobody in runs scored. Yeah, Tigers have a rich history, guys. Rich history. So none of our players are reaching this list here. We got Julio on here for runs in a single season, number 10. Again, the 2029 season, one of the best seasons in Tigers history. Total bases, Rodriguez finished 1st. Best season of all time in terms of total bases for the Detroit Tigers. Elijah Green finished in the top 10 in 2031. Nobody in singles. Chris Miller finished 2nd all-time in doubles in 2031 with 60. Triples, there won't be anybody there. Home runs. Nobody in the top 10 in home runs. Interesting. Julio Rodriguez with the 2nd best home run hitting season in franchise history. Elijah Green with the 4th behind Cecil Fielder's infamous 1990 season when he came back from Japan. Nobody in RBIs. Nobody in stolen bases. Nobody in walks. Not a surprise there. Mickey Tettleton. A couple of great seasons with Detroit in the early 90s. Keston Hiura was hit by 26 pitches in his one season with us to set a team record. Marcelo Meyer, this is where we're going to have people. Marcelo Meyer, the all-time strikeout leader for the Detroit Tigers. Torkelson's 5th. Collier's 8th. Ryan Spikes holds, look at this. It's all players that have played for us since the save started. Spikes, Torkelson, Green, Collier, and Akil Baddoo. And let's quickly take a look at pitching. And I don't think there's going to be anything here. Nope, nobody in the top 10 there. Nobody in the top 10 here. Wins? No, there's not going to be anybody in the top 10 in wins. Nope. Losses? Nobody in the top 10 in losses. We could have winning percentage. That's right. I forgot Max Scherzer pitched for the Tigers. It was so long ago. Emerson Hancock, 8th all-time in winning percentage. Charles Hayden Jones, the 10th best winning percentage season in team history. Saves. John Takelet finished 6th all-time in saves. Junior Fernandez finished 10th. Takelet with the 3rd best season in terms of save. Ken Giles, that 5th at 40 saves in 2027. WAR, nobody. Games pitched, nobody. Games started, nobody. Complete games, nobody. Shutouts, nobody. Innings pitched, nobody. Hits allowed, nobody. Home runs, nobody. Walks, nobody. Yeah. Strikeouts per 9, it's Munoz, Scubal, and Hamro, 1, 2, 3. No, that's not a surprise. Casey Mize tied for 1st all-time in walk to strikeout ratio. Jesus Luzardo, his one season with us was pretty good in terms of K to walk ratio. Cool. So that's going to do it, guys. So yeah, one more time, just let me know what you think we should do. Early 2000s Red Sox playthrough. Continue on as the Reds or take over as the Royals. Those are the 3 options. I will post it on Twitter. You guys can vote there as well, or you can leave a comment here. That's at AWS Aaron, AARONYT, at AWS Aaron YT is my YouTube, or is my Twitter handle. I'll post a I'll post a poll there. You can also leave it in the comments below. And next week, we will start up something new. So let me know, or continue on with this, I guess. Let me know what you want that to be, and I'll talk to everybody soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.